OverDrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog on TSN 1050.
All right, here we go. OverDrive off and running. TSN 1050 on the TSN app. Your home smart speaker up on TSN 4. Brian Hayes, the O-Dog, Jeff O'Neill, Jonas Siegel of The Athletic. What's happening this afternoon?
Jonas, let's rip some goaltenders if we shall, because Noodles is away, and he loves it when we take aim, especially at Vasilevsky.
Yep.
That guy is terrible. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, he's in Vegas tonight, right? I think Vasilevsky's got the start in Vegas. He might get shelled this evening. They are coming off a loss. And
Losses and wins and losses are big right now. Those old Maple Leafs, boy, we were just carving them on the phone the other day. You wake up today and their record, you look at their record and it's like, wow, they're 2 wins away from being the best team in the East.
They're a wagon. What? They're a wagon.
Yes.
The Maple Leafs are a wagon. Everyone's looking at Montreal, which I understand. They deserve all the credit. They've been awesome. They've been a lot of fun.
Don't you even dare flip, Hayes.
The Leafs are a weekend away from passing them, is my point. It all comes down to perspective. I'm not flipping on the way that things have played out, the way things have gone, but it really comes down to perspective because the Leafs.
Here we go. You're some type of rational person.
I'm very rational, and I'm going to get very deep and philosophical on you, Jonas.
Okay.
What have you done for me lately? Last year,
I want to hear you out. I want to hear you out, and then I want Jonas. You better start thinking of a comeback, Jonas, because I want you to be honest and put everything into perspective here and be reasonable. Hayes, the floor is yours.
Okay, floor is mine. Everyone came into this season with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder as a part of the fan base. You know, what happened last year? What have you done for me lately? That Game 7 against Florida, you're not going to just overcome that with 3 months off. That's not going to end. That stench is still going to be kind of hanging around. There was nowhere near as much attention on them during camp than every other year, probably in their existence, short of maybe 15, 16, 92, 93, right? And that's obviously because of the team down the street and what the Blue Jays were doing. Mitch Marner's not here, so it was easy for people to say, well, Marner's not here, so they're worse. Marner's not here, not as much talent, and all this kind of stuff. And watching the games, I'm not saying they've been great. They haven't been great. I thought they played really well last night, deserved to win last night. But they're 8-5-1. They've scored more goals than any other team in the league. Their power play is abysmal, and they've scored more goals than anybody in the league. William Nylander, John Tavares have more 5-on-5 points than anybody in the league. Matthew Knies is second, I believe, in that category. The big dog is starting to chug. The big guys come alive, right? He was hibernating there for about 7 or 8 games, and I'm talking to Matthews. That was a vintage Matthews snipe last night, and he scored in 3 straight games. He's chugging. He's playing a lot. The new guys are starting to find it. Michelli had his best game last night. It might have simply been because of who he was playing against. Very well could be the case. I liked Robertson's game again last night. They're dealing with injuries. Wall still hasn't been here. The glass half full. But 8-5-1 is pretty damn good, Jonas. But you go ahead and you take the floor and tell me
Jeff,
why this team is terrible.
Where should I start?
Tell me why this team is terrible.
Dude, I don't know. All I know is the other day,
yes,
after the Pittsburgh win, I was like,
yes,
they need 4 new players, man. They need 2 quality. If they want to be a real deal hockey team, they need a couple of forwards, and they need at least 1 guy back in the back end that can move the puck.
I agree.
And they still need those things if they want to be considered a real deal team.
Yes.
But the way that Hayes just described it is, look at what they are, and they haven't even brought their best stuff.
Exactly. And you know who also needs those players you're talking of? Montreal,
every team in the
Detroit,
league.
Boston, Tampa, Ottawa, New Jersy.
Yeah,
you got to have perspective,
as we discussed,
guys.
Jonas, the league is diluted.
Yes. No one is stacked. A healthy Florida team is stacked. A healthy, ready-to-play, on their A-game Florida team, still on paper, and I would presume on the ice, stacked. How many other teams in the East are stacked?
Tell me something.
Jonas?
Go ahead, Jonas.
How many other teams are stacked? No, I'm not going to answer that question. Okay. I'm going to ask you a question.
No, Jonas, you have to give your thoughts on what the Maple Leafs are right now. Are they frauds or are they legit? Are they just coming into their own? Is this a typical Toronto Maple Leafs start that they always do and they end up with 105 points
3-0 in November.
every year?
3-0 in November, like every year.
November is when they chug.
Are they
chug?
A serious contender right now? I don't know.
I didn't ask you that.
Okay,
I
what
didn't
did you
ask you that.
ask me
I
the
just
question?
asked, what are the Maple Leafs right now to you?
Don't know. I don't know.
It's not good enough on this show, man. This is prime time, Jude.
Yeah, that's
you know what? You know,
Time,
you
that's a
can't
weekend
say
answer,
I
man.
don't know.
Yes, you can.
That's something I say
you know
to my
what a
wife
smart
when she
answer
says,
is?
"When are you raking the leaves?" I say, "I don't know."
Right.
I don't know. Like you were not
No way,
saying this
man.
2 days
No
ago
way.
because
Listen.
why would you have?
I hear you.
You can't watch one game against Utah and say everything is fine. They're great. I don't know. Like everything you said was true. Like I can't dispute what you said. Like Tavares has been really good.
Tavares has been really good to his credit.
To
really
his credit,
good.
for sure. Their power play has not been good. Their goaltending has been Those things can change. Do I know if they're a great team yet? No, I don't. Like I don't. I came into the year thinking they were like 100 to 101 points. And then I watched that Pittsburgh game and thought maybe this is more like a 90 to 95 point team. And then you see a game like last night and you're like, hey, maybe they're more like what I thought they were. But they've had like a really soft schedule. They've played all these games at home. Mm-hmm. They've won once and 4 tries on the road. I don't know. Like a lot of the guys you're talking about, like Michelli. I don't know if Michelli's going to be good. I have no idea. Joshua had a really good game last night. Really impactful physically. Do I know if that's going to last? No. Like we haven't seen it. So like there's just too many questions. I don't know what this defense is going to look like without Tanev. How long is Tanev going to be out? Can they get the defenseman you're talking about? Oh, can they get the forward you're talking about? Like. I think I'm trying to evaluate them as a Stanley Cup contender. Is this a team that can win the Stanley Cup?
Okay.
That's the goal.
Okay, let me phrase it this way, and both of you guys are going to play this game. All right, we're going to play the Who Would You Rather Be?
I love a good game.
Who Would You Rather Be game for this season, not long term.
I wasn't prepared for a game of this magnitude. When you say let's play Who Would You Rather Be?
Yes,
I was not prepared.
Well, you got 30 seconds. Stop filibustering, and think about it quickly because you have a pretty good idea of what names are coming at you. Okay, and this is for this season because it can't be long term because then you're taking cap into play. You're taking farm systems. All that kind of stuff. We're talking the 25-26 season. Who would you rather be if your goals and your ambitions are I want to win a Stanley Cup? Toronto or Montreal?
Toronto.
Do you have to explain your answer?
No.
Well, ideally you do. This is prime time, man. This isn't weekend programming. You got to bring the heat here on this one.
I got to say Toronto as of right now. Sorry, Montreal as of right now. I'm not going to pump the tires of Montreal the last month and be some kind of fraud jokester and just all of a sudden say I'm taking Toronto now. I've been pumping Montreal's tires for a month.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard to make that leap.
And I'm not going to say after a week's performance all of a sudden say Toronto. So I'm going to say Montreal.
What would you have said coming into the season?
Probably Toronto because I did not know what was going to unfold. Okay. I just deal with what I'm dealt with, right? Play the games and I make assessments.
Yeah, and that's valid. Now, I would say, and again, Montreal has been thoroughly entertaining to watch. Mm-hmm. 4 wins in regulation. Remember that was the big Leaf storyline a couple of years ago. They never win in regulation. They only win in overtime. They only win in shootouts. That's what Montreal's doing.
What happened?
No, I know that. But the point is, like Montreal they're winning a lot of overtime games and shootout games. And
it's unusual to be.
And Dolbish is the guy who's been kind of carrying the weight for them. And
make the playoffs and then next year win the cup.
Right.
That doesn't usually
happen. They're a younger team. Demidov has been phenomenal through 13 games. It's a long ride. It's his first full ride through the league. How does that work? What happens with, Gooley's already injured. What's going to happen with him into the future? Okay. So one of you's on the Leafs, one of you's on Montreal. Who would you rather be, Toronto or Tampa?
I'm going to say Tampa because if their goalie gets cooking, Jonas hates. I'm going to say Tampa.
Vasa Stivsky.
What is his stats right now?
Vasa Stivsky. He's
This
in
is
net
prime
tonight.
time, man. You can't dig on Google for stats.
Why?
You can't
Do you know it
pal.
offhand?
Yeah.
I like to be accurate.
He's what is he? Like
I just go by the eye
the
test.
900 save percentage?
Exactly 900.
Prime time.
That is
Prime time. I don't need Google.
Wow.
I will take
Hammered that.
I will take Tampa as well. They have not gotten off to a great start, a worse start than the Leafs.
Yes.
The-
Why is that not considered here?
It is because like if the thing is if we were in Tampa, this was OverDrive Tampa edition.
But they won their cup a few years ago.
I know they did.
That
but
window closed. Like they haven't done.
Right.
They got smoked by Florida in the first round.
I'm
Like
with
as bad as the Leafs were because of Game 5 and 7, and that was thoroughly embarrassing. The Tampa got completely dismantled.
Mm-hmm.
Like it
Crushed.
was way worse than the Leafs.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as emotionally triggering. Because it was like after Game 2, I think people realized this is done. Like they're just sweeping them and it's over. But they completely dismantled them.
Okay.
Completely pushed everyone out of the. I'm just saying this is my point on the Leafs. I'm not here defending the Leafs. My point is the goalpost move with the Leafs compared to everyone else.
No, it's just we cover them more closely. If you were talking about Tampa every day, you would be saying the same thing.
So how does that change your answer then?
Because
so if you were in Tampa, you'd pick the Leafs?
No, because you would be saying, well, why aren't we hard enough on the Leafs? It's because we're not talking about the Leafs. We're not.
No, I
talking
understand
about
that,
the
but you
Lightning.
just said you'd take Tampa.
I'd take Tampa. I think Tampa has more higher end players, and they've done it, and their goalie has done it. Like I've seen it,
Mm-hmm.
but they haven't done it in a while. But like
Been
you
a
know when the
while.
last time the Leafs did it? A long time ago.
I understand that.
So
And in terms of their high-end players, I think that's worth investigating. Like
okay, so let's count them. So Point,
Kucherov, Matthews,
Gensel.
Nylander.
Well, I'm doing Tampa.
Okay.
Hedman,
Mm-hmm.
Vasilevsky. Who else? Hagel. Yeah, so that's like 6,
Okay.
5 or 6. How many? Leafs have?
Matthews, Nylander.
Yeah,
I think Nyes is playing himself into that category.
sure, but he's
Like I think Nyes by the end of the year you could say is as effective as Hagel
Sure.
or whomever. And
Who else?
Tavares is probably going to do his 32 goals and 71
I'm talking
point
about.
thing.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, again, with the Leafs, like, here I am being the Leaf booster. It's a lot of it was, well, like the fact that they've scored more goals than anyone in the league. I don't think has anyone mentioned that in
Dude, I find it
14
bizarre.
games? They've
I
scored
find it
more than
bizarre.
anybody. And Mitch Marner left, and everyone was like, well, Marner's gone, so nothing can happen here anymore. Like, Marner's not here anymore, so the offense is going to crater.
Do you know how many goals they give it up?
Hey,
Power play's horrendous.
Jonas,
Yes, they've given up
excuse me for
goals.
1 second.
They're like
Are you
fourth
not
or fifth worst in the
shocked-
league.
Are you not shocked from how many performances and phone calls we've had mid-game that they have scored more than anybody in the league?
Yes, that is.
I am
surprising.
What is that
shocked to
worth?
hear that.
Is
I
that
don't
worth-
know. What is that worth in terms of like what? Like, what is it worth in terms of a team being capable of winning the cup? But I don't know. I've seen them go in the playoffs being the highest.
It can't be a
scoring team in the league.
negative. Like,
Gotta
clearly
be
it's not a
worth
negative.
something, Jonas. It's got to be worth something.
I don't know what. So what is it worth? Tell me what it's worth. I don't know.
Well, I think it's worth a lot.
Okay.
Like, the objective of the game
John
is to
Tavares
score
has
goals.
scored 1 million regular season goals. It hasn't gone as well in the playoffs.
I know that.
Like,
Now,
I don't
again,
know. what it means.
we're not in April right now. We're not in May. We're trying to discuss what these teams are made of.
Maybe what it's worth is you lost your excuse to go to the coach and say, well, Mitch isn't here. We can't score anymore. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
but-
what it's worth. So he has a reference point to go back and say, well, the first month and a bit when you guys were terrible, you were scoring more than anybody in the league, so I don't want to hear it. I don't know. Maybe that's what it's
Now,
worth.
to be fair to Marner, and you brought up a good point, defensively, they would not have given up as many goals if he was
No,
on this
they're
team.
much worse defensively so far.
Well,
Some of that's
much
goaltending.
worse is hyperbole.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it? We have
the
literally.
defense. The goaltending is a big part of it.
Is it? Blame Pie?
How good were the
percent is
goalies last year?
What percent is? I think they were way too good compared to how the team played defensively. Does that
Last
make
year.
sense? Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I know. But so this year,
Like, I
I
don't
would
think
say it's 70% defensive play, 30% goalies. What do you guys think?
In
Blame
terms of
Pie.
why they've given up as many goals as they have?
Yeah.
That's probably appropriate.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying
maybe
give the goalies a little more.
I'm just saying I didn't see them as a defensive juggernaut early in the year last year.
No, I don't
It was
think
that
they-
Stolarz and Wall was so good.
I agree. Aside from Tanev and McCabe, I don't know.
But Marner was on the team last year, and they weren't a defensive juggernaut.
That's fair. He's one player. He only plays 22 minutes out of a 60-minute game.
A big part of the narrative is Marner's not here for some people. That means the organization is going to crater.
Do you think? I mean, you know the answer to this. They lose Marner, they're worse. It's like
Okay.
it's not really rocket science.
I don't know. Do you think they would be 8-5-1 with Mitch Marner?
I don't know. I've seen them be 8-5-1 or 5-4-1
For 9 years with Mitch. They were 8-5-1. They're the same thing. It's the same thing. They're 8-5-1.
I still have I'm still scarred. Do you guys remember? You probably don't remember, but there was that game in Anaheim where I think that was the game Marner got benched. For
Keith was asked after the game if he was going to lose his job.
Yes, that game. Like I still remember that. That was like
that
October.
Dostal when Dostal played so well?
Yeah,
but they had like a million shots.
No, it wasn't that game. Oh, maybe it was that game.
And that's I don't know. Anyway.
Basically, it was a terrible loss, and it was like what Jeff said. Like Sheldon Keefe might get fired.
Like they've had awful starts.
Oh yeah,
all the time they have awful starts, and they somehow in November they find a way to figure it out and stabilize. And last night's one game, but they played well and they've won 3 in a row
with this team than I did those teams.
What? What are the questions?
Here's where I would this is where I take issue with that.
Really ticking you guys.
No. Here's where I take issue with that because again we're going all over the place because half the time you're talking about the playoff projection, the other half you're talking about them in November. How can you have now? Maybe they can't do anything in the playoffs. But we had 9 years of answers on what they were in the playoffs.
100%.
0 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So maybe this is the same and it's 0. Maybe it's worse. But maybe it's better.
Maybe.
Right? Like at least it's worth a shot.
That's why you play the games.
No, exactly.
I'm not saying they can't win the cup.
I don't know if they can win the cup.
But
I don't know if they can. But
at least you could say this, gentlemen. You could say, well, it can't get any worse.
Exactly. I know we had 9 years of data on the other guys connecting. And
really, Jonas? They lose in the first round every year.
Did you think it could get any worse than before last year? You were like, there's no way they can have anything worse. And it's like, actually, they can.
Well, yes. This team can continue to prove that they will damage your soul as much as possible. My thing is, again, the previous incarnations of this team, we actually had the answer. It wasn't going to be good enough. It wasn't going to break through.
Right.
And they haven't made that many big changes. Like Marner's out and a few new guys are in. It's not like they've changed a ton. They're trying to change the style they play a little bit more, like consistently through the lineup. We'll see if it works.
Okay.
All right. You want to keep playing this game? Who would you rather be?
Yeah, I wrote down some teams.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jonas.
So you can fire some at us if you want.
Ask you. All right.
I know exactly what team you're going to pick.
Who is it?
Vegas.
Exactly. That's number 1 on my list. Who would you rather be?
I know.
I'm taking Vegas.
Right.
Although their goaltending, I don't know about their goaltending.
Well, their goalie's out.
Well, and they got another guy coming that hasn't played in a couple of years and could be radioactive, and who knows what that's going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what Carter Hart's going to be like in Vegas.
Their guy that's healthy that's out is sometimes, even when he's healthy, ever since he won a cup, has not exactly been a world beater.
Right. And exactly. Aiden Hill is not. And Mark Stone's hurt again.
But he's always hurt.
But that's the point. He's always hurt. He wasn't when they won the cup. Like he actually made it to the finish line. So, they're a very good team. But missing Pietrangelo, I think it's pretty close. Like, I'd go Vegas based on their history. I think they deserve that respect.
Okay, I think all these teams I'm going to list, you're going to say the other team.
Okay.
Colorado.
Yes.
Jeff?
Colorado, man. Like, they seem, although Colorado, there needs to be a deep dive into not wanting to give Mikko Rantanen $12 million, but you gave Marty Necas $11.5.
Yeah.
Like, who in the hell is deciding that? Like, however much you want to say Necas is a good player, to not want to give Rantanen that, and then you pay Necas that amount of money, that is insane.
Yeah, malpractice. Like managerial malpractice.
Like, I'm sorry, you're, and all these teams. You wonder what's going to happen. Everyone talks about, because I don't know if Colorado is one of those teams that say we're only spending this, and I know the Makar deal is coming up, but some of these teams are going to be screwed, man. I don't know if it's the small market teams like that don't want to spend $120 million. They're not going to want to do it. And there's going to be teams that are getting dummied because we talk about the league being watered down or diluted. Wait till these teams say, we don't spend that. They will be getting crushed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. But for this year, I think we'd all agree Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado.
Okay, we got you.
Dallas.
But Ottinger, is he ever going to be playoff Ottinger?
We got a new coach down there, too.
3 straight conference finals.
Yeah. And they're a very good team, very deep team.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd go Dallas.
Edmonton.
This is where I think it's a coin flip on this one, man. That goaltending still scares the hell out of me.
It scared the hell out of you the year before and the year before.
I know, and they got to the cup final. I got it, but I think they've gotten increasingly worse the last 2 years in terms of their roster.
But you know what I've seen? Their two best players are just rock stars.
They always show up.
Dude, I had no idea. Like, there's been talk about Celebrini and other guys. I had no idea that Connor McDavid was leading the league in scoring.
Well, he's tied now. Celebrini tied him last night.
I think he saw. Weren't you slandering him with me a couple weeks ago?
I have.
Celebrini, by the way.
I have done that.
Like, if we're going to do a 10, 15-game MVP, Celebrini, MVP.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. And they're winning games.
Yeah, they're starting to win.
They're starting to win.
Can I finish
his kids?
game?
His kids. Yeah, exactly. He had to, ever since that comment, talk about the inspirational speech of the year. Their coach said he'd give up one of his kids for a win, and they haven't stopped winning. Yep. That's a dad, and that's a coach. It's an inspirational general right there.
All right, here's where it gets a little. Actually, no, this next team, I think you'll say this team, Florida. I know the injuries. I know Barkov. But
I'm going to say Toronto because I think Florida might be at the end of the line with injuries and stuff. I think they played too much hockey, and I don't know if they dig out of this one. I think they could be in a jam come like a couple months.
Barkov and Tkachuk are just so massive. Mm-hmm. Like, Barkov's done. He's not returning. And
could return for the playoffs.
Maybe for the playoffs. That's still available to them. But I do think there's something to you play that much hockey, and Bob's 37 years old. Like, Bob's numbers, I think he's got a sub-9.
Here comes the goalie chatter we want.
Valid. It's valid, though. Like, Noodles can yell and scream all he wants.
Dude, he's not here. It's our chance.
I know.
Dig in.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I got two more teams.
Jonas, take a quick shot at Bobrovsky before you go to the another team.
I don't know.
Does he stink right now at 37?
I mean, I would have said that like 2 years ago, and then he won 2 cups in a row. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Goaltending is like, who the hell knows?
Yeah. It's a bunch of weirdos. And
it's like, up is down, down is up. Do you ever watch The Twilight Zone?
No.
Nah, this is prime time, guy. We don't say that.
we don't reference shows like that.
We did not.
All right, two more teams.
Yep.
This one's interesting. Carolina. Now, you would say that it's not like they've had a ton of playoff success. They've made a conference.
They win a round every year.
Yeah.
Like they do. Their goaltending still scares me.
Going in the net come playoff time even scares me.
Mm-hmm. And not that the Leafs have like future Hall of Famers in that, but
I'd say those two teams are a coin flip. Even if Carolina's done a bunch more winning, kind of not like ultra impressive, but they've done more winning. You can't argue with that. But they're still a coin flip.
Yeah, I think they've had the benefit of being in a better division to do that too.
Yeah. Like, what would you rather be, Jonas? Toronto last year that took Florida to Game 7? Or be Carolina that just totally got your ass handed to you by Florida? Like, I mean, what difference is it?
There's no difference, but one is in the conference final and the other is not. I mean, like,
I'd say
back
Toronto. I'm going to say Toronto.
Okay.
Again, I do think the division counts for something. Like, I know that's kind of a loser's mentality, but the Leafs, they play Tampa, Florida, Boston every year. Like, Carolina has had a number of layups in the first round, like a number of layups. Where the Leafs had Ottawa last year and they overpowered them and they got through it, but Carolina seemingly has, a Jersey or the Islanders or they get boosted in the first round where the Leafs have not had that luxury.
I think that's a crazy comment,
I agree.
Go back and look at their history.
I don't care. If you have a really solid record, you earn that.
Yes.
It's not like you're just gifted some joke show in the first round. That's an insane comment.
That division has been a joke show division.
It's an insane comment.
It's terrible.
Yeah. It's prime time.
Amazing penalty kill, amazing control of the
Very
puck.
good team, great coach.
Super skill, great coach.
Totally.
Non-prime time.
Flanders, Connor McDavid, and now Rod Brind'Amour. Last team, and this is another coin flip, Jersey.
The Leafs, dude. That's not a coin flip.
Yes, it is.
What has Jersey done?
Dude.
I don't. Just look at their young skill. Come on.
You're taking Jersey, young skill.
I'm going to take Jersey.
Have you seen Jack Hughes play in big games? Have you seen Jack Hughes?
Can I? Do you want me to counter?
Have you seen Jack Hughes in big games?
Me and Jonas are Jersey Devils. Go ahead, Jonas. Speak on behalf of us.
Leafs all day over Jersey.
I just think that, I watched them come in here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, in October,
they're young
in the regular
and they're
season.
skilled and they're fast.
Yeah.
Again,
they play Sheldon Keefe regular season hockey. I love Sheldon. I'm a big Sheldon Keefe booster.
No one cares about what people in New Jersey think.
But I'm taking the Leafs over Jersey all day. If you give me one ticket I can take for the rest of this season, I'm taking a bigger, more veteran team that I think will be much more sound defensively by the end of the year. Their goaltenders, Markstrom's hurt all the time.
Just re-up for a couple years.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to keep countering, but you keep saying things that make me counter. It's like, you're like, Markstrom's hurt all the time.
Where is it?
Have you heard of the stuff here?
Is there a team, like, what can I throw at you where you're going to say the Leafs?
I say
Buffalo?
No. So I have like 4 or 5 teams, 6 teams, I think, definitively I would take them ahead of.
And I think that's valid.
So that's about where they are.
I think that's valid. Like, I would, what about Winnipeg?
Oh, it's a great one.
Leafs or the Jets?
They have had less playoff history than the Leafs the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, worse.
And
I'm taking the Peg, man. I'm taking the Peg.
I think their team is
one of these years,
better.
and I'm sure everyone's been saying this, Hellebuck's got to be Hellebuck.
Well, that's what you're banking on is...
Dude, how many times last year did you see a guy cross the blue line at the top of the dots and just hammer a wrist shot by him like he wasn't even there? It's crazy.
Yeah, well, his playoff performances are... absurd.
Crazy.
He got pulled, like, especially on the road. Go look back on his number. They were crazy.
Yeah.
Like, crazy bad. So, yeah, I mean, I like Winnipeg's team. I'd probably take the Jets on paper over the Leafs, but I think Winnipeg, shockingly, has maybe more playoff demons.
They do. Sure.
All right. I'll take the Leafs. There you go.
That should be the name of the segment. I'll take the Leafs.
Well, someone's got to defend a team that's 8-5-1. They've been to the playoffs 9 years in a row.
You're just saying, like, are they
There's
a real
a
deal?
vibe in this town that this team stinks, and believe me, I have been there at times with them watching them play.
And you would have been at the front of the
times.
parade after the game on Monday night. You would have been leading it.
But they won that
He
game.
had a giant.
After 40
flag.
minutes, I was.
He was the flag bearer on Monday night.
After 40 minutes, I was. They won the game.
You are John Kerry.
They won the game, though.
Yeah, well.
Did they not?
Sure.
Did they play well
I
in
guess
the
you don't
third?
apologize if you win, right?
Well, they won the game.
Okay.
They've won a lot of games recently. All right.
What's their... No, I'll ask you.
Go ahead.
What's their best win of the year? Was that their best win of the season last night?
Last night was hands down their best win of the year.
Too.
They looked like they were playing a National Hockey League game. There was some energy, intensity that was needed to play at that level. It, pretty scary to think it's November something, and we saw it for the first time.
There you go. 8-5-1. They barely played their best game.
See, half
Half
full,
full guy.
You're Mr. Brightside, eh?
Always have been. Always have
Always
been.
will be.
Always will be. All right, Struddy's coming up. Luke's coming up. Hazenbro on the clock tonight. Denver, Vegas in the Thursday nighter. We'll get to that. And Shapiro and Atkins, man, did they look comfortable today. Man, were they relaxed up there. How's everyone doing? Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Man, it's got to be fun having a press conference like that compared to the one they had this time last year.
Yes.
Where they would have probably been on no sleep for days. Like PR planning. This is what's coming. You're going to get crushed. People are going to go nuts on you, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we'll get to that as well a little bit later this hour. Overdrive continues. TSN 1050 and on TSN 4. All right, Overdrive continues, brought to you by FanDuel, bringing you more ways to play your game your way. Thursday nighter tonight, battle of the AFC West. Luke's coming up in studio in half an hour. Al's brother will be coming in, and I'm sure he'll be chock full of tremendous information. Hayes and Bro on the clock tonight. That means
do
or die for you guys. Need us to punt on this and fumble this pick.
Yeah.
You need us to start losing because we have such a lead at this point. If we just stay consistent, it is over.
You guys win tonight, I'd turn into a host of the segment.
Uh-oh. I can tell Luke's in a dark place too, man.
He is, dude. He's calling guys named Pudgy and LaSalle for advice.
It's not good. Yeah. I've been there before. I know it. When you can't see the board and the other team is chirping you and laughing at you, it's awful. It's horrible.
It really is.
It's horrible.
It really is.
Yeah. But what goes around comes around.
Why don't you guys get like a phone a friend segment involved? Like if you don't know.
It's just we don't do that.
But maybe you should.
But how
maybe
can you
need
trust
the
your
help.
friend being able to see the board
I don't
properly?
know.
I guess.
It's like when you're on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and you don't know the answer. You're like, I'm going to call Brian because he knows.
But that would assume there is a definite answer. That's the beauty of
There
sports. You
never
have
is.
no idea who's going to win or lose tonight. All right, we'll see. Well, that's desperate times in desperate measures. Luke coming up in about a half an hour. See, Jordan Kyrie's a healthy scratch for the Blues tonight. after they got pumped last night, and they're in Buffalo tonight.
Dude, they're in trouble, man. They stink.
Yeah, they're not good. It's a weird time of year. Like everyone outside of 4 or 5 fan bases, everyone seems a little bit.
Do you want to know what's
and,
weird? A goalie stat for you guys. Do you know who leads the league in wins for goalies?
Is it Dobish?
No, you could guess 500 names, and you'd be like, but if you connect it to the team,
Okay.
who do you think it is?
I don't know. Blackwood?
Wedgwood.
Wedgwood. Scotty Wedgwood. All right. Here's Struddy. Jason Strudwick joining us here. Struddy, how's the mood out west, man? Everyone around the league seems to be up in arms about different things. How's everyone feeling about hockey these days out in Edmonton?
Well, it's not ideal. I mean, it's a lot of ups and downs. The Oilers look like a team that, went to the final the last couple of years and isn't too dialed into play just yet. But, this is just the way it is, I think, this early part of the season for them.
Struddy, but is there some master plan to add or use some of these younger guys in the lineup as chips or something? Yeah. Because I don't know if McDavid's saying he's going to stay for a couple of years. It just doesn't look like this is one of those years where they want to strike or they can strike, to be honest with you. There's some problems, much like the Leafs, much like other teams that are struggling out of the gate. Yeah. I don't know what to make of them, to be honest with you. It's not good at times.
Yeah, no, and listen, so McDavid signs back, and I must have missed your guys' call when you called me to talk about that, so I apologize for missing it, guys. I must have lost my number. I actually changed my number and sent Johnny a new number. But anyway, so let's all get over that. But, so he's back for a couple of years, the extension, and, this year is not unlike the last 2 years. Right, the last 2 years have been the exact same. 2 years ago, it cost a coaching job for the Oilers, brought in Knobloch. Then last year, they kind of sleptwalked through it as well, and then they kind of got themselves going. A couple things are different this year. I think that Zach Hyman is a difference in this group. I think he's a voice in that room that is listened to, and he's a stabilizer. And when you put him in this lineup, and whether he starts right away beside McDavid, that's to be determined, but eventually he'll get his way up there, and then you push someone down. So is it Mangiapane that goes down probably 2 lines to the third line? Or is it Nugent Hopkins, who's off to a terrific start to the year, and does he become the third-line center? And now all of a sudden your top 3 centers are McDavid, Leon, Nuge, and then Henrique would probably be the fourth-line center. And then the wings. No, that's where they have to kind of figure this out, and this seems to be a yearly thing for the Oilers with wingers being out. But if Hyman goes past McDavid, and right now Roslovic offensively looks pretty good beside Leon and Podkolzin, who got a second goal the other night. Then the third line, Trent Frederick, he's looked better recently, and there's that young Matt Savoy beside him. So I think they're still trying to sort some things out, but make no mistake, having Hyman back in and then Janmark returns at some point, some veteran guys that helped the Oilers close out some 2-0 leads. Like they've been, 5-6 times they had 2-0 leads, and they've either lost or tied them. So that's not what a championship team does, but it is when you're sleepwalking and not putting in full 60-minute efforts.
So I'm sure you guys have been on the ice for big moments, and Alex Ovechkin scored his 900th goal last night, and I'm sure you saw Jordan Binnington trying to smuggle the puck into his pants. And
I think he wants that one back, man.
You think so? I think there's a part of me that appreciates the fact that he's consistently doing stuff like that. Like I think he
wants that one back, man.
Like, think that's a bad look, like into the pants.
It's not a bad look. It's just the team's really struggling. It's like I'd rather him shoot the puck on the glass if you need to, but I don't know. I just think if you asked him in a candid moment, maybe he wants that one back. Struddy, no?
Yeah, I mean, but that's who he is, right? He's always acting like he's tough. He's challenging guys when he skates by the bench to get a drink. And I think eventually someone might just say, okay, all right, bingo, let's do this. And they're just going to jump him, right? And then fight him. And maybe 20 years ago he wouldn't have gone away with it. But here we are. And I think that's who he is because he's never really been stopped or challenged that I remember.
No, exactly. And like he plays a game. There's a part of him, you can call it petulance. Maybe it's competitiveness where I actually think he just hates the other team and hates being scored on. And he's being scored on a lot. Like he's really struggled. The Blues have struggled. And he knows the significance of the moment. He gets what it was. And I think it was just his natural reaction was, screw these guys. Like, I'm taking this puck. Like, I'm taking it. You can come try and get it if you want. And then eventually cooler heads prevailed, and afterwards he claimed he was always going to give it to him, which I don't believe. But I think if this was anyone else, you'd say that was really goofy and silly. It seems more consistent and fitting with Binnington. Like, if there was one guy that was going to do it, it would be him.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he tried to pull it off, and Ovi had no comment after the game. And I thought it was a pretty crafty goal by Ovi. Like,
Yeah.
I like for him to whack that on net and, you know, it finds a gap and it gets up in the air and it goes in. But 900 goals, man. Just incredible. This guy is not slowing down.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I mean, listen, where his place is in the game is at the very highest of levels, right? He's right up there amongst the greats of the greats. And I've said it to you guys before, I never thought them would break Wayne Gretzky's record. And here we are talking about a guy getting 900 goals. It's absolutely incredible. The way he's done it, pretty consistent, right? Very few injuries over the course of his career. You know, whether this is the last of it or not, I mean, he's given the NHL a lot to cheer about, and fans and history. You know, this one is going to get broken. I don't know. I guess there's some guys on a pretty decent pace, but it's good to be on pace for maybe 8-9 years. But give me 20 years of pace, then we can talk about it.
Struddy, I know you're an Oilers super fan and a Marner super fan, but I'd like your expert analysis on what's going on down the road. Like, is Calgary good? Are they terrible? Are they trading people? Are they keeping Kadri? Like, down the road, like, what do you make of what's going on down there?
You know, I watch them quite a bit. You know, I think it's important to have your rival being a good team, right? Like, so whether it's Oilers Flames or Ottawa Leafs, I think those are really important things to happen. So as I watch this team, man, they work hard. I think they are well coached, but there's just not enough skill in that lineup to score a lot of goals. So, you know, let's say it's 1-1 and then, you know, someone goes down and just misses scoring. Okay, whatever. It's not the end of the world. You know, a team that knows they can score, maybe they hit the post or they're able to come back. Well, the other team comes back and scores. Now it's 2-1. And then you're like, geez, I just missed that chance. And then they score again because you're pressing too much. Now it's 3-1 and game over because you're not putting up 3 more in that night. So I think they're in a real transition phase here. If I was running that team, I think you have to be honest with yourself and say, listen, we have some young players that are pretty good. Some coming, like the young defenseman, but he's not ready. Like he's just a youngster, you know, 19 years old. So what you do is I think you do move away from some of these older guys because when your young core is ready to go, you're not going to they won't be with you. Like they're not going to be there in 3 years, let's say, and still being at the production. If they are, they're going to be dropping off pretty quickly after that. So I'm looking at Kadri. There seems to be a need for center. And I'm looking at Rasmus Andersson, and who, you know, those types of deer are always at a premium. It seems like everyone always sexy's going to Vegas. So, yeah, to answer, I'm going to eat it this year. I'm already eating it pretty bad if you're a Flames fan, if you're a Flames manager. Let's move on, take the next step, and then say, okay, this is the bottom. And then we'll start lifting out of it like we're seeing some of the other youngish teams that kind of bottomed out come out this year a little bit better.
So, Strud, we were talking about that Washington Blues game, and what was also on display last night was Binnington versus Logan Thompson. And Thompson has been outstanding. His numbers have been incredible. Binnington's numbers have really struggled. And I'm curious if anything can happen, in your opinion, for the goaltending discussion to change leading up to the Olympic Games. In other words, can anything happen where it's not just a formality, Binnington is going to start game one?
I mean, you know, I think that Binnington's the guy. I really do. I think what he did last year, I think that gives him the inside track. No, because Logan wasn't there last year, right?
No, he wasn't at Four Nations, no.
So he's never been through that. And, you know, Binnington, we all had questions about it last year, and he came in and delivered in the big moments they needed. So I would be floored if it's not him. And it's funny, look at this roster. Like, there's so much depth at every other position. You know, is Celebrini going to make it? Is Tom Wilson going to make it? Bedard going to make it? You know, Scheifele, I don't know how he doesn't make it. Then even on the back end, there's so much depth. And then at goal, it's like we're kind of at a thin time in Canadian goalie history. We've always had the guy, right? Like, you know, Luongo or Brodeur or, you know, whoever goes through the list of the last number of years, and we just don't seem to have it right now.
I'm going to hijack the show for a second. Can I do that?
Yes, please do.
So you mentioned Celebrini. Can we play a mini game of Jerry's?
Yes.
Celebrini right now is tied for the league lead in scoring with Connor McDavid. Hayes, I'll start with you. Mini Jerry's, that Celebrini will be on Team Canada.
Oh, I think it's 95%. I think he's played himself onto it. Watch him play, man.
100%.
100% for for O-Dog. I was going to say the big guy, but I don't use that term. I do not use that term anymore.
Dad.
Yeah, for my dad. My dad has 100% Celebrini going to the Olympic Games. Struddy, what is your mini Jerry on Celebrini on the team?
Okay, I'll be the bad guy, 50%. And this is why. Yeah, so listen, I love watching him. You know, he's so much fun to watch. The talent's undeniable. But there's a lot of players that have already been on the team that have done things at the highest level in those pressure moments. And is he going to just push one of them out of the way? Like right now, if I said you can take Scheifele or Celebrini, who are you taking?
Oh, man.
Great question, man. I think I'd take Celebrini because he's a better skater. But I think that's important. Like you're talking about those type of details, Strut. Like he looks like he looks like Sid out there to me. Like the way he battles and grinds. And
player.
He is. Not that Scheifele isn't, but I'll take young legs that are flying. And
I'm taking Mark Scheifele because I think you can use him in different areas. You have to think about Macklin Celebrini and his skill set. Is he good enough to be on a power play unit? Probably not. Is he good enough to be on a secondary power play unit? Maybe not. So what the hell is he going to do for you?
Yeah,
Ask yourself that.
And so listen, he is going to be a massive player for Team Canada for years to come. But when I try to pencil him into this lineup, and if he isn't in either of those, let's say he's not in either of the two things, which maybe should be, or let's say he's not in either power play, what is his role? Is he able to shift into a different role and become, we always hear about guys taking on, more roles of a checker, or being a little bit physical, or whatever the case may be, or massively reduce minutes. Is Connor McDavid's minutes going to go down because Celebrini's there? Well, maybe one day, but that's not this day. It's not coming up right away. So I think we got to be careful to the victory lap of Celebrini. Yeah, because there's extra players, maybe he's the guy that comes a little bit extra, and they have him as, offense in a box. But everyone there is good. Everyone there on that team is really, really good now. He's having an incredible year, and he's going to be a massive part. But I can't quite do it just yet. I can't wait till I can. But and it's not him, the players, where he fits in.
Yeah, it feels like this is a World Junior topic where why would you bring the really skilled guy who's playing great when you can bring an older guy that isn't as good?
So this is a roster from the Four Nations. So you can say Celebrini or this person, Celebrini or Bennett.
The way Bennett's playing right now, I'm taking Celebrini.
Okay.
Bennett's off to a terrible start.
He is.
Okay. So
I would go Celebrini. Strud, do you have an answer on that? Bennett or Celebrini?
3 Stanley Cups in a row.
Okay.
He's heavy. They're totally different players. So I honestly, Jonas, and you and I, we always see eye to eye. But I think that's an unfair ask because they're such different players.
Okay, but I'm going to go through the roster. We're going to find
there's a finite amount of players that can be on the team.
So the next one,
I'm saying no. I'll say no.
You're taking Bennett.
I'm taking
Celebrini or Anthony Cirelli, who's off to a pretty good offensive start and is a favorite of the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he knows him and trusts him. So I think Tampa.
I feel like Cirelli would make it over him.
Yeah.
The next one is Crosby, so we know the answer to that.
No.
Celebrini or Hagel?
I'd take Celebrini.
Celebrini right now. I think Hagel's got like 1 or 2 goals.
He does.
And Hagel's he's a very good player. Okay. Celebrini can be great. Like he can be great. Hagel has a ceiling in terms of what he can do. Any shift, any game, I would take Celebrini.
So,
but he's predictable for the coach.
Yeah,
and the coach, you like predictability, right? It's that same lunch order you do every day, right? It's just predictable, and he likes that. And it's high-end predictability. That's not.
No, he's really good player.
Hagel's not a good player. How many goals did he have last year?
Did
he have 30 goals?
Yeah, he's a really good player.
But we're getting into the territory where it's like you can make a case. Celebrini or Seth Jarvis?
I'd go Celebrini.
Okay, Celebrini or Travis Konecny?
Celebrini.
Yeah, for those.
Celebrini or Brad Marchand?
I'd go Celebrini. As good as Brad Marchand has played.
Yeah, I think I take Marchand, and I think I take Scheifele over both of the guys, Konecny and who's the other one you had before? Seth Jarvis.
And Jarvis. Yeah. And then you got to believe Nick Suzuki's going to be on this team, and he wasn't on it. So they may not even be about Celebrini first. It's like, all right, Suzuki's in.
Yeah.
Maybe Scheifele's in, and then he's got to take the third guy.
But the only thing is, like, Scheifele had an unbelievable year last year.
Right, and they didn't bring him. Because, again, he's not young. And, you get over 30, and you're not the fastest guy in the league.
Yeah.
They start to overthink that
He's still a damn
stuff.
good skater, Hayes. It's
I
not
know.
like he's slow.
No, he can skate. He can skate. But Celebrini's a better skater than him, in my opinion. I hear what you're saying, but I think that's why. And Bennett's not flying around. Like, Bennett's not a fast skater. He's just heavy and savvy and clutch. But the other guys can move. Like, Jarvis can move. Hagel can move. Anyway, we'll see.
Tom Wilson can skate. Tom Wilson moves around. Is there any love for him on that roster, guys?
I don't know. I don't see Tom Wilson. If the time for him to be on it was Four Nations.
Okay.
That was, for me, when he was going to be on it. And if he wasn't, I don't see how he makes this one. But that's why we wait to see. All right, Strud. Good stuff. I think we established a lot here this afternoon. That's what's important.
Case closed.
Case closed. Case closed. All right, pal, we got your number back in the fold, so we'll call you again soon.
Next time Connor's deal's up, you guys will call me.
We'll give you a shot in a couple of years. Thanks, Struddy.
See you, boys.
Jason Strudwick joining us here on the Maple Toyota Hotline. Get in and go where adventures take you in a new 2025 Tacoma from Maple Toyota near Canada's Wonderland in the Maple Auto Mall. Visit mapletoyota.com. All right, Luke Wilson coming up. Shapiro and Atkins speaking today. What did they say on Bo? What did they say on possible moves this offseason? The future of themselves with this team. We'll get to that more coming up. OverDrive continues, TSN 1050, and up on YouTube Live.
Just keep it safe with me.
Crazy comment from Billy Armstrong when referencing his new practice facility. He said they have a TV set up in Utah for video that's probably worth more than their whole entire setup practice facility in Arizona.
Mm-hmm. That can't be
TV
surprising.
Setup.
That can't be surprising. I mean, you talk about a guy who is so happy. Every time you hear Bill Armstrong talk about Utah and how great it is and the new owner.
Imagine walking in that college barn for an NHL game, like on the daily, saying this is the team that.
Well,
like
it's so,
what a.
So embarrassing. And furthermore, you'd have all your counterparts coming into town kind of looking at you saying, what the hell is this, Bill?
Yeah.
Like, hey, Bill, what are you doing, man? Like this, we got stuck. There was a student protest we couldn't get through.
Yeah.
But
and what if they stayed in Arizona? Like, would they still be there? Like,
I don't know. I guess so, man. I think that lease was for a couple of years.
Crazy.
And they're
stuff.
talking about going back. If they ever get to 36
not,
teams,
dude.
yes,
they're
they
not
are.
going back there. I'm not.
If
covering the
Atlanta
league
can get
with
a third chance at it,
yeah.
why can't Arizona get a second
The
one?
dumbest thing is they built a new arena.
Yeah, I know.
They just apparently built it in the wrong place. Like, who does that?
Or it just, like, that's such a cop-out to the wrong place. Or maybe it's just not a hockey market, you know? Maybe it's not the wrong place. It's just the market doesn't care and never will. That's fine, too. All right, hour 2 coming up. Luke will join us, and we'll get into the Shapiro and Atkins presser from earlier today. OverDrive continues, TSN 1050 and on TSN 4.
This is OverDrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog on TSN 1050.
If you smell what the
When Wilson
is cooking, girl, you know it's true.
Hour 2 OverDrive continues, powered by FanDuel, bringing you more ways to play your game your way. Brian Hayes, the O-Dog, Jeff O'Neill, Jonas Siegel in here. Blue Jays, man, they look comfortable today. Shapiro and Atkins, we'll get to that a little bit later this hour, but there's Luke Wilson. Doesn't look as comfortable.
That's fair.
What about Pudge? You ever talk to that guy again? I'll kick you right in the junk.
Don't say that.
Oh, come on,
Listen.
dude. You said this Pudgy guy was going to make us turn a corner. He's out, dude.
Come on, Parts. I still believe in Pudge's picks.
No, dude. You ever say Pudge's picks on this show again? No way, man.
Yeah.
We've been saying it all afternoon. This is prime time, and we don't do Pudge's picks.
We don't do Pudge's picks?
I don't know
No.
what you guys are doing, man. You guys are,
Dude, we're on life support, bro. Like, we are on life support.
I mean, I understand. We're 9 back.
yeah, and we're
Almost
seeing the
double
board very
digits.
clearly. We're seeing the board pretty well tonight, too, I think.
And
but-
the tough part was from the snap of the football, the Cowboys had no chance in covering that Monday night.
Yet they went all in at the trade deadline for
Yeah.
some reason. Can you reason with that? Because I like my reasoning is that Jerry Jones doesn't have a clue what he's doing. Like that's what I always fall back on.
Yeah.
Like what they stink. They're terrible. They're not catching the Eagles. Maybe they could be a wild card team. They have no chance of being competitive in the playoffs.
It's like a joke to him now. It's
it
like
is, though. Like, they stink. And you didn't sign Parsons, and then you go get Quinnen Williams. Okay, good player.
Very good player.
Very good player, but you also got Kenny Clark, so you got 2 interior players. You still can't stop the run. Like, they stink.
You said it where I'm like, the weird thing about doing this and going all in for this season is I believe they're 3-5-1 right now. They've got, in my opinion, minimal to no shot at catching Philadelphia. So now you're looking at wild cards. And let's start with the NFC West. You've got Seattle and LA that I think are both locks to make the playoffs, barring something catastrophic happen. The Niners are the wild card because they've got 6 wins, but they're obviously decimated by injury. But you're 3 wins back of them as well. So now it's like, okay, let's say the Niners do fall off. You look at the NFC North now. In my opinion, the Packers and the Lions are both going to make the playoffs. So there's your second wild card spot. So now we're all fighting on a third wild card spot, which theoretically you could make if you're Dallas. You'd have to win a ton from here on out. But Carolina's in there. I know it's kind of nuts to say, but they've got 5 wins.
They've been good.
Chicago's in there.
Minnesota.
San Fran's in there. Minnesota's in there. So, again, it's just a weird play because at this point of the season, like, it's the opposite in the AFC. I think that 7th spot in the AFC is going to get real greasy. I think 9 wins does it. But in the NFC, I think you're going to have to win 10.
Yeah, the way it's pacing out right now, that's exactly what's going to have to happen. So
they need to get 7 more wins.
Right, which I don't see happening. I don't see happening.
I don't see it happening either, but there's been a lot of things I don't see happen this season.
Well, and the thing is, like on Monday, Jacoby Brissett, who played pretty well, and he's been pretty decent recently, and now Kyler Murray's got some mysterious long-term foot injury that's going to keep.
Come on, dude.
That just screams, he's in bust territory. Maybe he was there before, but that's the first overall pick. I think he was before, but now I think
what territory?
Bust.
Oh, that was a long time ago, wasn't it, Hayes?
Yeah. I guess so. But now it's official, and now, like, something doesn't smell right. Like, this guy won't accept backing up, or I don't know what's going on, but it feels like to me, if you're Arizona, you just got to cut bait. And then what happens with Kyler Murray?
What's strange to me is that it's a very similar situation to Russ, and I think that everyone has learned from the Russ situation in the sense of, hey, there are all these coaches, Tomlin, Dable. To a degree, I wouldn't blame Sean Payton because he wasn't there when they got him. But, like, there are all these guys that were like, we can kind of manipulate Russ or take him to the next level or bring him, to whatever he wants to go with his career. And it simply, obviously, has not worked out. And a lot of teams have lost a lot of money on that. Where I'm like, after seeing what happened to Russ, and they do have some similarities, who goes out and pays Kyler Murray? I hope it's not the New York Jets. I'll put it to you that way. I really hope it's not them. For Jets fans, I don't know.
I wouldn't be shocked if it was the way that they operate. Go ahead.
Parts, the last couple of years, you haven't really been fanboying over your old team, the Hawks, because, they were just kind of average, but they look
really good.
How real deal are they, in your opinion? Like, are you in contact with your connections there? Like, how good should they be feeling, man?
They're, you look at even their 2 losses here. One, Baker shredded them. Now they're beat up that game, but Baker shredded a lot of teams. And the second one was the San Fran, who was healthy, and they were driving the field, and Nick Bosa, again, when he was healthy, had a strip sack fumble that won them that game.
Week 1, I think, wasn't it?
So, yeah, they're the real deal, Parts. And beyond that, if I had to do my power rankings right now in the NFC, I would still put L.A. a little bit in front of them.
No, dude, don't Matt Stafford me right now.
I mean, what do you? They're the same record, except look, they're that good.
We're with the Hawks. We need to start thinking clearly, man. We're with the Hawks.
I'm not against going with the Hawks.
Yeah, listen, I think they got a lot of similarities. Like a defense that, I don't know how many average fans are pointing to specific players and saying, I know this guy, I know that guy, but they play well.
Leonard Williams has been phenomenal up front. And then on the back end, when Witherspoon's been healthy, he's been awesome. I do worry about the secondary at times, but with that defensive line and a defensive head coach. But the bigger story to me, which I don't know how this flies under the radar, has been Sam Darnold and JSN.
Yeah. Smith and Jigba has been really good, man.
He is up for Offensive Player of the Year at this point. And the other one that I was kind of giggling about, but I'm looking online, and I think there's a world where he's on the outside looking in, but like Sam Darnold's in the MVP conversation. Outside looking in.
Well, at a minimum, what he's done is proven that it wasn't just Kevin O'Connell who could make him sing.
Totally.
Right?
Now,
like that was the belief that it was get him out of Minnesota and watch out.
Where I do get a little anxious, and this is just me being honest, is you go back to last year with Sam Darnold, down the stretch when they really wanted him to kind of make those throws, it got real ugly.
Detroit exposed him badly.
You know, and you look at this year, 2-minute drive against San Fran. Nah, that's not his fault. Strip sack fumble. But then fast forward the game they lost against Tampa in Baker. It was like, I don't know if you remember how that game ended. He threw a ball off Buddy's head on a check.
You're saying he could see ghosts at times still? Like that's still in there?
To me, the final piece of that puzzle for me to put the stamp as like this team is a contender is being in a really tight game and Sam Darnold goes and wins it for them. That would be the final stamp for me.
Well, I think what is a legitimate question is and it's a legitimate debate that I think everyone would have a different ranking on is who's the best quarterback in the NFC?
Matthew Stafford.
You would say it's 100% Stafford?
I mean, who else do you put up
love that
there?
guy, man.
How can I
all
not?
the time,
He's been
I know, but
phenomenal.
the time I've known you, I've never heard you talk so glowingly about any other
That's
player
very
in
fair.
the National Football
That's very
League,
fair.
dude.
I think he deserves it.
I guess, okay.
Who else? You're not going to go Jalen Hurts.
What about Baker?
Baker's
would
up
be
there. Baker's right there.
J Love. What about Jerry Goff?
Get out of here.
I love Jared
Jer-
Goff. I love Jared Goff, but he's not up there right now.
Okay.
I mean, he's one of the best, let's call it top 7 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Dak?
I think Jaden Daniels,
Dak's
when he
had
was
a great
healthy,
year.
was going to be there.
He's had a great year.
But Dak, you can't put up there. For me, I can't do it.
Jay Love with losses to Cleveland and Carolina.
But Love, man, he does not turn the ball over. He never turns the ball over. He's incredibly efficient.
Let me ask you this. If you're in the NFC right now and you need to win one game.
I think I would take Stafford. I think you're right.
Did you see the no-look pass he had down the field last week?
He still got it.
It was not a check
okay,
down.
where would Stafford rank in the AFC? Like if he were in the AFC, you put
4,
him on
5? You're not putting him over Josh Allen. You're not putting him over Patty Mahomes.
No.
What about Drake?
Or a healthy Lamar.
Healthy Lamar, no. Drake May is the wild card. For me, if it's a one-game situation, I'm going with the veteran. Obviously, franchise, going younger
What
guy.
about Herbert?
No. But I love Herbert, but no, I'm not. I'm taking Stafford. That might be a bit egregious.
What about a healthy?
That Herbert will break your heart every time.
Yeah,
man. I'm
that's
telling
fair.
you.
Yeah.
If you fall in love with it, he will break your heart
but,
every damn
like,
time.
How about
if Burrow was
What about
healthy,
Aaron Rodgers,
I was
baby?
just about to say, what about A-Rod?
I'm still taking Staff, but Aaron, you look this year, I think Aaron's 4th right now in the league in touchdowns thrown, and Stafford's what, 2nd?
Well,
Third?
DK, like Seattle moved off DK because they knew what they had,
JSN
dust.
JSN's been out. I mean, he's 1-2 with Jamar Chase right now, his best receiver in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I think Jefferson, it's tough.
Jefferson with a better quarterback.
You can't evaluate him because
Agreed.
he's throwing to him.
Jefferson to me is the most complete out of all of them just because with the size. But right now with, McCarthy and then prior to that, Carson Wentz, the numbers are going to obviously dip.
Yeah. Yeah, true enough. All right. Well, what about tonight? And we got to battle the AFC West. Your boy Pete Carroll on the road. He's got to find a way to get Vegas. I know, and we're going to get to my guy in just a moment. It's a huge spread. It feels like Denver's a lot.
Need
it's 8.5. It's 8.5 Denver at home now.
Parts, we need Pudge, man. We need Pudge this week.
we need to be using Pudge so that we'll lose. Is what you're saying. We need to go to Pudge.
Parts, the guy was on Pluto, man. Give him a break. He's allowed 1L.
I saw the video you sent me. He is on Pluto, and he's never coming back on the show again.
I talked to a guy who is from southwestern Ontario that knows Pudge, and he just said he was flabbergasted you went to that. Like he was shocked.
Who do you know in Southwest Windsor?
You know him too. He's a mutual friend of ours.
Parts, we needed a slump buster, and Pudge provided that for us. It's common practice. Okay. We're going to go on a tear now.
All right.
Don't worry, Parts. They're losing.
Down in the Sun Belt. Down in the Sun Belt.
We do need a big weekend, though. I think this is the one we need. I think let's start with today.
Well, I feel like Denver's in a very good place to win the game, clearly. I mean, they're 7-2. Outside of the Dallas game, though, they've played a lot of close games. They've had an interesting run where it hasn't been overly convincing, yet this was somewhat predictable this year, that they have a really good defense, that the belief was your young quarterback grows in year 2. I I mean, I don't know what to think of Denver.
It's
like,
very
forget tonight's
hard.
game, but just
Yeah.
projecting what they are and whether or not you think they're legitimately a competitive team. The record would suggest, yes, they are.
Totally. Their defense is that good. Their defense is the real deal. I know he's injured, but Surtain obviously is the best corner in the game. The strange one has been Bo Nix, because I think he's led like 4 game-winning drives this year, and he's been immaculate in the fourth quarter, but he's been very, kind of stagnant, non-impressive for the other 3 quarters on a lot of these matchups. So that's what gets a bit strange for me is I'm like, you're waiting for Bo Nix to take that step, maybe not as big of a Drake May step, but you're like, hey, this guy is legit, and he is legit, but there are flashes when you see what he could be, and he's done it at great times in the fourth quarter. But then there are these lulls in their offense where you're like, man, this is really tough.
You trust him in a nail biter against a real quality opponent?
Me?
That's the question.
No,
Yeah.
I do not.
No, exactly.
And you know who he's going to play. Like, if he gets into the playoffs, it's going to be at Buffalo, or it's going to be against Kansas City. It's going to be,
now
maybe against Aaron Rodgers.
The strange one with Pete is, one, I can't remember the last time Pete's done this much losing. Even our time in Seattle, like the one year we missed the playoffs, we had kind of the mass exodus. We were 9-7. That was a bad year back then.
Really tough, man.
Did you ever text him parts and say, "Man, you lose a lot these days"?
Absolutely not. I would never do. I would never text him that.
You would never, because I don't know. What would you text him, if anything? Would he even respond? Or what?
yeah. Pete would definitely respond, and their offensive line coach is his son. And I talked to Brennan. He would love the OverDrive. Let's put it that way. Unbelievable guy.
Yep.
One of my favorites. But I think they're all a bit shell-shocked on like how the season's gone. I really believe that they thought with Genty coming in, they were going to establish a run game. They have arguably the best pass-catching tight end in the NFL in Bowers.
What about the quarterback?
And that's where I think the kind of dip has been, is Gino has had some good numbers here and there, but the turnovers have been egregious.
Which is nuts, because you look at their quarterbacks in the past few years, and it's like, he's got to be better than them. Is he?
He's kind of jammed them up, and they've paid him. So, like, this is where it gets funky is, I don't really know where they go. Like, Kenny Pickett, Mr. What do you call him, Cabbage Hands?
Yeah.
Is the backup.
Yeah, cabbage hands.
Cabbage fingers.
Got small hands.
But what I would say it's going to be interesting is, I think it's week 2 for Tyler Lockett. Like, I could see this game getting a little greasy for Gino, and the difference is going to be with the spread. I mean, I think Denver wins. Is going to be whether or not Gino throws picks or Gino makes magic, like that they've lost Jacoby Myers. So to assume that Tyler Lockett's role is going to grow a bit, and he's a great off-schedule guy. Can he turn back the clock? Like, I don't know. It's. I'll also say this. Pete has generally been good on Thursday nights, at least when I was with him. We were pretty solid. I think he had a really good formula on how to prep for these short weeks. So, yeah, go take Vegas for us, big dog.
Okay. Well,
What is this guy doing?
Al's brother.
Where is
In
this
his
guy?
car?
Where are you right now?
Yeah, I'm at the Sport Code Expo for the weekend, and I've had at least 6 hazes of frauds, and at least 4 to 7 people ask me, "Hey, what's the spread tonight?" And I keep telling them, 5 o'clock. Make sure you're tuned into OD. Yeah. We got the pick. We're on the clock, and we're ready to go. So
I love
So
it.
you left your
fun
booth
day.
unattended? You left your booth unattended to come out to make the pick?
No, I didn't get a booth today. I'm just walking around being a patron. So I just walked out of the show, went in the car, and the lighting isn't the greatest. The sun's obviously going down, but we're here, boys, and we're ready to make a pick.
It's all good, man.
I do have this is a truthful story. It really broke my heart.
Yeah.
Right before I came here, so about 45 minutes ago, I was picking up a couple shirts from the dry cleaners. Guy, he actually startled me. Gets me in the parking lot. He's like, "Hey," shakes my hand. He's like, "I watch you guys every day." He asked me, he's a big Steelers guy, really nice man. And right at the end, he's like, "Man, you've had some really bad picks this year."
That hurts, man.
Damn, dude.
It stings
Damn, that's
when that
tough.
happens.
That's real
tough.
tough.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun when you're getting catcalls out in public.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
I've been there. We've been there, House brother.
Hazy. We've been there. We're not there right now, though, man. Oh.
I love you teasing it, man. That Card Depot, that's our demo. That's where we explode, man. We explode with the Card Depot crowd.
Jonah, can you believe this,
I'm telling
man?
you, I've been here for an hour. And 4 people have come up to me already. Hayes is a fraud. I'm like, yep, that's my partsy, though.
That's right. +9, man. Not very fraudulent when it comes down to that. All right, AB, give us some tremendous information. Denver laying 8.5 at home tonight. Mile High City playing Vegas. Where are you at?
Yeah. I just don't know how they cover that number. I mean, the formula's simple. It's a short week. It's a divisional game, and it's a large spread. More than a touchdown. That's insane. I know that Denver's winning a lot of games right now. I think they've won 5, 6 in a row, but really only 4 or one of those games they've been able to cover by more than 4 points. They've all been very, very tight, very, very low. So
did the light go out?
That's going incognito.
Oh man!
Are you in protection or something? Where are you, Alice brother?
Have you been arrested? Just went off in the car.
Okay. It's all good, man. We got you. This is actually great TV. Please continue with your tremendous information. House brother is in witness protection.
I'm trying.
And a Hyundai Pony.
Yes. I'm telling you, though, I think Denver's going to win. I think Luke is right. Denver's going to win, but that spread's way too big. And let's be honest, man. Brock Bowers showed last week why he is one of the best tight ends in football. So it's pretty simple for me. I mean, 8.5 is just far too big. That's a massive spread. So I think the Raiders, I think they can cover it.
I'm with you on this. I think this is a tight end special. Your boy Brock is back. He was phenomenal last week. Phenomenal, man. I think Bowers goes off. I think Geno connects. I think Genty actually has a bit of a night. Moving the sticks. That's all we need, Al's brother. There's the lighting. I love it. Looks phenomenal. And Denver is not a team that blows other teams out. And you know who's always been my guy? This is a true story. I've never said this before.
Oh, God.
Always been a Pete Carroll guy.
Oh.
Always been a Pete Carroll guy. Always been
Pistol
a Pete
Pete.
Carroll guy.
That's my guy.
Pistol Pete.
That's my guy.
man.
It's not Pistol Pete.
I want
Do you
that
know how
established
bad the
right now.
Raiders are? Somebody kicked their ass a couple weeks ago. I forget what was the score.
Yeah, they're not very good.
31-0.
I'm very
That's fine.
surprised. I would have thought they went the other way.
31-0.
That's erroneous.
31-0.
2
they
weeks
lost.
before that, 40-6.
That was to
Erroneous.
Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Erroneous.
Dude,
That was
I don't
Danny
care,
Dimes.
man. They suck. They suck.
I'm shocked, you guys. I came here today being like, damn, I'm going to have to sweat out trying to cover 8.5 points with the Raiders.
No,
tonight.
man. I love a backdoor cover tonight. I think
So you're going backdoor.
It could be a backdoor. I don't care how it is, man. Front door, back door,
I got a
side
feeling
door.
we're going to see Kenny Pickett. I mean, in the second half, and you guys are going to. This might be the worst pick in the history of OverDrive.
Oh, man. This
It
line's
is.
coming
Dude,
down.
have you
brother.
forgotten how great this defense is?
Yeah, Denver's been good. They don't blow teams out.
I'll do a side
No
5
pass
hunch.
or tan,
A for
big
real
man.
side 5 hunch.
Okay.
You want it?
With me or the witness protection?
Who
Who do
the
you want?
Hyundai Pony. You and the Hyundai Pony.
Let's take the action, Hazy P. Let's take the
House
action.
brother, let's put a stack of cards on that, pal. I love that
Yeah,
idea.
a Gretzky rookie and 5 hunch. And the Hyundai Pony. Put the
Okay.
pony on the
I'm
line.
looking for a Jeff O'Neill card this weekend. I'm gonna have it. I'll have that Jeff O'Neill card, and we'll show it on Monday.
Please do.
All right.
Find it. All right, House brother. Watch yourself there, dude. There's gonna be a lot of people wondering what the pick is. I guess now that it's official, you can go out and be amongst your people and let everyone know we're taking the points tonight.
Well, it was like 5:02. I was absolutely deep into a box, and someone's like, "Don't you have a pick to make today?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, get out to the car."
I know they were
like,
saying
tune
that.
in,
They're like, we don't have
couple
House
minutes.
brother yet. And I thought to myself,
Parts.
like, where is he? At a car
You know how
depot?
unprofessional this is? These guys, they don't realize we're only in week 9. We got a lot of ball to play. Yes, we've got to win some games, but clearly they've let their guard down. They don't know how to finish. We'll claw you back this week and look out.
I could understand if he was in some
We're
champagne
+9.
room or something, but just buried his head into a rookie card box of sports cards. Unacceptable for being late on OverDrive.
Bad omen. Potentially bad omen.
Yeah.
All right,
think
AB.
so, boys.
I like
We're
it, man.
+9 on the front 9, Hazy B. We'll finish
That's
strong
right.
on the back 9. I'm not worried
That's
about
You
right.
know, Pete Carroll, though.
I
Pete
totally
Carroll.
agree. Pete Carroll,
You
Pistol
can't-
Pete.
You
Pistol
can't
Pete.
win the game in the second quarter.
No.
Can't win the game in the first half, can you?
You can't. But the second half starts tonight. We're with our boy, Pistol Pete, man. We love Pistol
It's not
tonight.
his name.
All right, AB, get back at it, man. What are you searching for? Like, what are we looking for? Modern cards, old school? What would be a big find for you tonight?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
More so some modern. I do want to get me a nice little O-Dog card. If I can find something with the O, I think that'd be cool. But I'm on the hunt for a nice Crosby patch auto. So if anyone's going to be there over the weekend, you run into me, you want to move one, let me know. I'm in the market.
House Brothers in the market and hunting for a Sidney Crosby card. I love it. All right, AB. Good stuff, pal. We'll catch you tomorrow.
All right, boys. Go Raiders.
House Brother, live from a sports car depot in witness protection. That's good lighting. That'll boost it. Oh, I guess, Luke, you're out of here, too. I love Joe from the Bridge has no respect for you right now. Like, he just completely cut you out of the picture.
Yeah, because Joe jammed me the other day.
Did he?
Yeah, he jammed me.
He had an
blamed my
incident.
AirPods. He hasn't talked to me since.
Oh, that's right.
He hasn't talked to me since.
You had that technical issue.
Yeah.
He did jam you up pretty well.
Yeah, now he's mad at me.
Now he just cuts you out of the picture completely without a goodbye.
What a scumbag play.
That's unfortunate. He's usually very objective.
Yeah.
Joe from the
Sensible.
Bridge wants everyone to be happy and everyone to win. All right, man. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Let's go. +8 tomorrow.
Taking the points. Love the Raiders tonight. All right. Shapiro and Atkins speaking today. We'll get into that. Back into the Leaf win last night. Overdrive continues. TSN 1050 and on TSN 4.
Now, back to Overdrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog.
All right, best bets later in the hour. Watching Mark Shapiro and Ross Atkins today, got to be so relaxing to be up there. And if they had won, it would have been totally different. Totally different.
It still sucks knowing that you were that close to have to. Like, I wouldn't be able to sleep until spring training. Like, that would just drive you nuts to be that close. Like, to get blown out is one thing. You can address everyone and say, great run, but, man, we really have to work on things. To be right there like that and to believe, which is valid, that you should have won and played better, that is disappointing, man.
Yeah, you'll never get over it, man. I keep saying it, and people keep getting angry with me, like, think about the positives. And I am. Like, you're going to remember that, too. You're never going to forget the Springer home run. And them demolishing the Yankees over time will be looked back upon more and more fondly. Like how much fun that was. That's the Yankees. They had never played them in the playoffs. They destroyed them. Destroyed them. That was so much fun if you're a Blue Jay fan.
Well, how much fun will it be in the next couple of years if it was an option to face the Yankees in the postseason and say, bring them on?
Yeah, exactly. Now you got the upper hand.
Every other year it's been like, oh, my God, the Yankees are so stacked. They will kick our asses, man. I look forward to saying, bring on the Yankees. Bring them right in here.
Absolutely. Like, bring them on. That's who you want to play.
Yeah.
And you're right about how crushing it would be. But my point is that these guys, Shapiro and Atkins, have been on the firing line many, many end-of-the-season press conferences.
Oh,
like last year, it was so uncomfortable. Just getting grilled. Why'd you do this?
We didn't know if he'd
Why'd you
make
do
it
that?
to that conference last year.
That's right. There was legitimate debate over whether or not Atkins would get there, Schneider. What was Shapiro going to do with his future? What would Rodgers end up doing with Shapiro? The whole scene, because of how ugly it was last year. And that is a reminder when you're projecting what's going to happen next year, right? The swings can be crazy, man. 74 wins, 94 wins. Who knows what they're going to be next year? And that's also what speaks to what you're talking about, how crushing it is that they lost and they were so close. But they were asked about Bo Bichette. Let's play Shapiro's answer on this. He was asked about Bo, and they qualified him today, and he's going to hit free agency, and he's going to test the market. That seems inevitable at this point, and there likely will be a very large market for Bo Bichette. And here's what Mark Shapiro had to say on that.
My comments on Bo are more just appreciation for what he's meant here. It's more appropriate for Ross to comment on what he'll mean going forward. As I reflected on his ability and toughness and desire to be on the field in the condition he was in during the postseason, and his ability to still provide some of the most important lift in the World Series, but that was only, the explanation point on what's been an unbelievable career here.
So what I appreciate about that is, remember Shapiro when he was asked about Vladdy, he was very careful to commit publicly, to show his hand publicly.
Well, he was asked, Brian, if he was a generational talent, and he didn't want to dive into that type of language. Right. He didn't want to dive into.
And he didn't say he was. Now,
No,
I'm guessing he'd have a different answer after the last month and a half.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Mark might address that differently today. But I guess what I'm saying is I appreciate the fact that it's business time. The World Series over, and it sucks. But now you can't have emotion, and you've got to try to win every transaction. And if you're the Blue Jays, you have a budget. And I get the impression they want to keep Bo because Ross later said, like, they'll be in the market for Bo Bichette, which would suggest to me if you're going to say that, you have to sign him. Because if you're in the market, that means you want him. And how could there be an excuse for anyone outpaying you? Like, if you really want Bo Bichette and he really wants to be here, unless he doesn't, unless he was paying lip service and playing the crowd, and I love Toronto and I want to be here,
but
and it was all bogus.
You just said it is business. What if an organization like the Yankees presents a number where you just don't want to get to for him?
Yes.
Like, that's got to be out there. I don't know if the fan base would be so pissed off if Ross came back and he said the Yankees or the Dodgers or some other organization, and it might be an organization like the Diamondbacks or the Royals that want to make a splash, and they just offered him something that the Jays just weren't comfortable getting to, knowing his past injury history, and they just didn't want to get there.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that could happen, man.
Yeah, and that might speak to what I just said. Like, Shapiro goes into business mode and isn't going to 100% commit.
The executives know when they're asked these things, like, what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If they have a chance. Like, remember, I hate to bring it back to the Leafs, but, like, every time Tree Living was asked about Marner, I was like, he knows he's not coming back. But, like, what's he supposed to say?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we love Mitch. It's the same.
We're going to be in conversation with his representatives. They know.
I got to think they know if he's staying or not.
To what extent, though? What the numbers are going to look like?
You don't think he's had conversations with the agent, like, he knows all through the playoffs? Like, these people are talking to each other a lot.
Yes, I agree with that. I'm just saying.
It's not like this stuff just pops up and it's like, hey, remember my guy Bo Bichette? Like, he's unrestricted now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're always in conversations, unless you're playing the waiting game and you're delaying, and then you want to I don't know in depth what goes on behind the scenes in baseball negotiations, but it's not like this just crept up on these gentlemen.
Well, where it gets sticky is how long it can take into the offseason. This is not a July 1st and everyone signs league. So what if Bo is slow rolling it and you get into January, into the beginning of February?
Bregman was right before spring training,
I know, but he
year.
Left. He didn't stay in Houston.
I know.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, what if it's a dance between the Jays and Bo and it's February 1st? What do you do?
I think Bregman was a dance where it was Houston, and then all of a sudden it was just like, Houston's out.
And Boston, here I come. And now he's opted out and he's a free agent again.
I know.
Are there any of these guys you would prefer over Bichette?
Well, I would prefer Kyle Tucker, I think, if that's what you're asking.
Only one?
I mean, I'd have to look at the list. There's some pretty good starting pitchers.
Dependent?
Well, there's a budget. Like, we don't know what that budget is.
Right.
But they have a budget for this year and the next 3, 5, 10 years. And Vladdy's deal kicks in next year, but they do have flexibility, but you got to fill out a roster. Right? Like, you got to fill out a roster here. Like Bichette, it's difficult to get a read on the number. I don't think it's going to be crazy.
Like, is
here
it
or elsewhere.
200s? Is it?
I'm not sure it gets to 2. It might.
It's 100% going to start with a 2.
But then that would be a long-term deal, though. If it's a 2, that's
totally
a long-term deal.
No kidding. But his negotiation is going to be, if I'm tied to the hip with Vladdy and his starts with a 5, you don't think mine at least starts with a 2? Like, that would be his starting point, dude.
ESPN projected 5 years, 130.
No way, man. I would bet my life on his contract starting with a 2. My life.
Now, it may start with a 2, but then it's probably 8 years. 210, 215. Like, it might be the same amount of dollar amount per year. It's just instead of a 5-year deal, it's an 8-year deal or a 9-year deal.
Yeah, it's 26 per is what they have.
Which that seems about right. Bichette, he's a really good hitter, and he had a really good season. Now, he has had injury problems throughout his career. He has slowed down. I'm not even talking about the PCL injury he had. His not like they have the speed that he runs the bases. It is a lot slower. There has always been this conversation, where should he play? I think the way Jimenez played short would suggest to me Jimenez should be your everyday shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jimenez was flawless playing short. So in Toronto, if you're fielding the best team, I think Bichette should play second base. What comes with that is they don't get paid as much as shortstops. Like, these are all things that need to be figured out. So you can say they have an idea. I think the only chance they know what's going to happen with Bichette is if they know he's leaving. That's the only thing I think they would be certain of, that he's leaving. He wants a new lease on life somewhere else. But if he's staying, I'm not convinced Shapiro and Atkins know exactly what that looks like.
I don't think that. I think sometimes as a player, you don't know what's out there and how life could be different. Like, you go on a plane. I believe that Judge hopped on a bird and he was spotted out in San Francisco just before he ultimately signed with the Yankees. And you just get into a certain city and you see what's available. Not that it should be anything new to a guy that's been around the block. Like, you pretty much know what's going on in the big leagues at different ballparks, facilities. But I don't know. I think once you start touring around and teams are just literally throwing everything at you, that they just love you, that's when you kind of get an idea that maybe things could be different in a different city.
Yeah, like, imagine he goes to visit Yankee Stadium and they take him around and,
yeah.
Well, I can understand that, but
would you
also
rather...
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, you guys are assuming that other teams are just going to be reckless with Bo, of all players.
I'm not saying reckless. I just think there's going to be probably some... You don't think the Yankees would have interest in Bo Bichette?
I think they would, but why would they pay him $50 million more than the Jays would?
Because that's just what the Yankees do.
I don't think they do
don't
anymore. Like, it's the big Steinbrenner's not around anymore.
Okay, but
like
last year they didn't do
Steinbrenner.
it with Soto. It was 700, not 200 or 180.
Right.
I think in a situation of 180 or 235, the Yankees would do it. A, because there's a bat in the lineup, and B, because they're pissing off the Blue Jays.
But that, I guess, is where I would counter with, like, the Jays, 15, 20 million is going to make you so uncomfortable, you're going to say no. That, to me, would be unacceptable. Like,
you just said they have a budget.
Yes, and is there a number that makes it uncomfortable or unfeasible where you say we're not doing it? Sure, but I don't think it's over the course of a long-term deal. The difference of $15, $20 million is my point. And if the budget, yes, you have a budget. Is there some flexibility? There generally is.
What if there's someone you prefer more for?
Well, let me run off the names.
Bregman is a good example.
Bregman, possibly.
The price is similar. He's a third baseman. He can play second.
Yes.
He's older.
He's older. He has won before, but he is older. You don't know what he's about. Like, he's a pretty good player.
He's a winner.
He's a winner, and he's one of those guys
Springer,
that they like.
I don't know.
Well, it's Tucker, Schwarber, Bellinger, Bregman, Alonso, Bichette. Like, these are the big names that are out there. Josh Naylor, but he plays first or DH. So that's not going to work. Suarez, you can see them kicking tires on that. I mean,
there's no way they're spending on Tucker. Like, they're not spending $400.
Tucker's looking at huge money. Yeah, I would find that very surprising if they doubled down on Vladdy and Tucker kicking in at the same time. But there's a right-handed bat, left-handed bat, both in their mid to late 20s. You team them up for the next decade, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch. I just don't see this front office having the appetite to do that. And Schwarber is going to DH. That's not going to work. Like, with Springer for a year left, he's going to DH next year. I don't see them going down that road.
Bellinger.
They kicked tires on Bellinger before. Maybe.
Bellinger, there's something about him. He just doesn't.
That's why I'd come back to Bichette. Like, Bo, you know who he is. You know what he's got. You've got a built-in marketing campaign that's going to play really well with your fan base. Like, everyone knows him. We've known him for a decade. Everyone knows Bo Bichette. It's an easy sell. And you just got to find out what makes sense money-wise, obviously. I mean, that goes without saying. It's a business. And you might have to – what'll be interesting is you mentioned the Judge thing, and it's a perfect example. The Yankees basically said, go ahead, man. Go check out what's out there. Come back to us when you're ready, with confidence that he would. That should probably apply here. Like if you really want to be here, you can't lowball him. You're not gonna try to cut him out at the knees. But if you really want to be here, we just lost in the 11th inning, Game 7 World Series. We'll be in the ballpark of whatever anyone else is, but we're not going to get crazy. We're not going to get
Are you saying to
fleeced by you.
him, we're bringing you back as a second baseman and there's no
I think you have
discussion?
to have that honest conversation.
Because what if he says, like, I don't want to play second base, I'm going to go play shortstop somewhere else?
That is where the rubber hits the road. Because based on, like, Jimenez is just a better defender, and he was phenomenal at short throughout the playoffs. And you're probably looking at Clement playing third, although that's up for debate. But yeah, I would have that conversation with him, and I would expect.
But is that a red
would,
line? Like, is that like there's?
You'd
no
have to ask Bo
discussion?
Bichette.
No, I'm asking you. Would that be like a red line if you're the Jays? You're a second baseman. That's not.
It would. Yes, it would be a red line for me. That I think if we're signing you long term,
I would bet you, Hayes. He says, when I come back, man, I'm healthy. I'm playing shortstop.
Yeah,
That's
he might.
what I am.
He might.
Said that. He said we talked about it for years. Is this guy shortstop? Is his glove good enough? Is his arm good enough? He's probably saying, I'm playing shortstop, man.
I'm not.
Jimenez is a natural second baseman, is he not?
Yes, he has historically played second, and he did this year, and he did in Cleveland. But he's proven like he's like an A++ Gold Glove defensive player that would probably be comfortable either way. Like Jimenez would be probably happy to go to second base.
Well, he started the season.
Yeah, of course. That's what he's predominantly played throughout his career. I don't know if I'm getting into bed long term. I'm signing a long term deal with Bichette. You can't give him a guarantee he's playing short his whole career. That doesn't happen. Like I'm sure when George Springer signed here, he said, "I'm playing center field," right? And he said, "Yeah, the first couple years, and then you're moving to right field, and now you're at DH." So it may be greasy to say this. Maybe you say, "Yeah, you're shortstop, and to start in 26, you're shortstop." But once you sign, we're going to figure out what happens with you in the future. That's what happened with Devers in Boston, and obviously we know that the relationship fell apart. But I don't know. I think Bo Bichette's got to be reasonable here, man. I don't think he can expect to sign anywhere long term and have a guarantee he's going to play short for the next 7-8 years of his career.
Didn't Devers go to San Fran and then he had issues playing whatever position they wanted him to out there?
Yeah.
Like Will Clark wanted to help him play first
he
base.
Didn't show
and he
up.
told him to stuff it or something.
Well, that was in Boston because they signed Bregman, and immediately he knew what was coming because Bregman's a better third baseman than him. Anyway, we'll see. It's fascinating. We're that quickly. Turn the lights out on 25. We move ahead to 26. What are you going to do? Because Atkins said they're already in conversations about trades in the rotation, which immediately had people thinking Tarek Skubal. And I just don't see it. I don't think Detroit's going to – I don't know if they're going to trade him in the end. He might be so good you just let him play out. If he walks, he walks. As much as it stings, he just made the playoffs. You made the playoffs 2 years in a row. He's the best pitcher in baseball.
Is he a UFA?
After next year, he's done. Yeah, he can hit the market.
So he's under contract for one more year.
One more year in Detroit.
I'll take my chances with that guy, and he's pitching for me next year.
Yeah, you get 33, 34 more starts and a couple of playoff starts out of him.
Yeah. I'm also, whatever he wants, I'm giving it to him.
I would probably be thinking the same thing, but that ownership doesn't spend like the Yankees.
What does he get, though? Like, does he get $400 million?
It's the new standard for pitchers.
Well, what did Garrett Cole
got $320 or something?
Well, Sasaki, I think, got
that's $450. That might be $500 now.
It's $400 for sure. It's a 7-8 year deal at $400. Oh man! Like I think it's $45 a year. Like Scherzer and Verlander with the Mets were making $42 or $43 million. Wasn't a long term deal.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But still, like there was a market. Like if you're the best pitcher in baseball, you should be probably making at least $40 a year. So maybe it's a long term, crazy 10-year deal. I doubt it for an arm, but it might just be a bold number. Scubal's agent may just say, find a way to get to 400. Like you figure it out how you want to do it, but it's going to be 400. And then guess when Skeens gets up, that'll be $500 million, unless there's a
and it won't be there either.
Salary cap. No, it's not in Pittsburgh. There's no chance.
Be the Dodgers.
That's kind of sickening, but it wouldn't be shocking. All right, best bets coming up. Leafs are a wagon right now. Leafs are a wagon. More goals scored than any team in the league. They've won 3 in a row.
I think you should get like a graphic made of like you going up and you going down. Wagon, terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just like riding in a little car?
Yeah. It probably will fluctuate. It probably
He's
will
like
just go around in a
Right
circle.
guy
Yes,
that keeps
exactly.
going up the mountain.
Yeah.
Until it falls off.
Yeah, and then he goes down.
And it will. They'll have a run this year where they'll lose 4 in a row and look awful. And they haven't had a road trip yet. Like a legitimate 10 to 14 day. We're playing 5 times. If you gave their
schedule to any other team of substance, you would say after this homestand is over, you better be in first place in the NHL.
Yeah, you're probably right. Probably right. But they're 8-5-1. They're hunting down the top spot in the East.
Yeah.
Matthews has looked really good. All right, come back and get into that a little bit more in our best bets. We'll do that next.
Now, back to OverDrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog.
People send in a tweet. They write us for our professional advice on life things. Dear Hazy B, every morning my boiler has a gas leak. My wife thinks it's the baby.
Dear Hazy B.
If you want to come to Hazy B, I need honesty from you.
Hazy, you got dumped a lot. Tell him.
Grown adults with birthdays, it's asinine.
All right, little Dear Hazy B here. Love it. Brought to you by Boston Pizza, Canada's favorite sports bar. Enjoy $15 lunch at BP where you get an entree, a side, and a drink, and you'll get it all in 20 minutes or less. A fast lunch doesn't have to be fast food. See you for a $15 fast lunch at your local Boston Pizza. Could be in Toronto or in Winnipeg. We're going to be at the Winnipeg Boston Pizza this time next week. We can't wait. Next Thursday and Friday. Polo Park. Shout out.
Could be in Canada as well. Dear Hazy B, Canada Lakes Golf Course is closing as they are building houses. That's shame and gutless from the ownership. Gutless. I've played it 300-plus times, and tomorrow is my last chance to play the course, and it's 1 degree and raining. The boys are still all in. Are they psychos, or is it time to tee it one last time?
I think it's worthy of one last ride because
it isn't. Dude.
Because the course
you want her to go down, like you just have good memories from her.
I hear what you're saying. You go out there and you play, and you're miserable, and it's awful. But I think one last dance at a place you love. Like I know if it was a place that I had played that many times, and I had a chance to play it one more time, I don't care what the weather is. I think I'm going to buckle up and take advantage, and just hope you get one. You par one hole. You always played tough, or you find
Every
that
member
last
of the
birdie.
group, mandatory brown liquor flask.
Yes, and that's a part of it too. That probably is necessary. The weather. It changed quickly, man. We had a pretty good October. We've had a great September. We actually had a great summer. Like it was a dry summer. It was a beautiful summer. But now it's miserable. Like it's cold, and it's going to be cold for 5 months.
Next week, man.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah, no, it is. Like winter tire. Dear Hazy B, I'm trying to get tires flipped, and talking to guys, they're like, "What do you like? I can get you in like 2 weeks, maybe." Like you got to pre-book that kind of stuff, and I never remember to do it.
If you want. We'll go for lunch, and my guy over at Kipling Tire, right on Kipling and Jutland, he'll get it done.
Okay, he's a big shooter. All right.
He will get it done for you. That guy's the best over there.
All right.
The best.
I
Justin,
like that idea.
my man.
Justin, shout out. Okay. All right. Because I'm trying to move and shake. The problem is, like, we're going to Winnipeg next week.
Dude.
I don't know if I can get anything. We'll talk.
Monday,
we'll
Tuesday, we'll do a lunch, and we'll get it done.
Yeah. Okay. Jonas?
Real sweet. Father and son go for lunch.
Just a little meet and greet. Getting tires flipped over. All right. There you go. Dear Hazy B. Don't forget, we're out in Winnipeg next Thursday and next Friday. Cannot wait. Polo Park. We still don't know who's playing in the big game. We're down to 4 teams. We'll find out this weekend.
Let me ask you this. Is it colder there than it is here, or is that a stupid question?
When I looked at the forecast, I think it's going to be around freezing. Probably, but I don't think it's extreme. No, I think it's going to be fine. I think when we're there Thursday, Friday, 2-3 degrees, sun goes down and might dip below freezing. That's totally reasonable.
How about me and you? Because Noodles is our. Let's go see the barn, the rink. We'll go to the rink before we do our
I'd
show.
love to do that. Where the Jets
Let's have
are
a little tour.
Let's do a little tour. I like that idea.
Yeah.
We got to do that 100% because it sucks. The Jets are on the road. They're not in town.
No kidding.
And
I'll
the Moose
set it up.
aren't in town. All right, set it up. We'll go check it out. Check out the barn. All right, Best Bets powered by FanDuel. Make your picks and assemble a same-game parlay in seconds on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Taking the points tonight. Al's brother and I seeing the board very well. 8.5. We're on the Raiders taking the points. Brock Bowers broke out last week. He has had a dreadful season. injuries. He hasn't put up big numbers. Healthy last week. Anytime touchdown tonight. 70-plus yards receiving. I think Bowers goes off tonight. Geno to Bowers. All right? That's our play. Raiders, Bowers touchdown. Bowers 70-plus yards in the air tonight. Best bets powered by FanDuel. Same game parlays now available for every NHL game on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Also on any NFL game. Please play responsibly. 19-plus. Physically located in Ontario. All right. Jonas, what did we establish today?
I don't know. That was my answer. I don't know.
Just don't know what the Leafs are going to be, what the Raptors are going to be.
Sometimes the smartest answer is you don't know. Because
Jonas,
you don't.
the bottom
That's
line
reasonable.
is we established today that we're prime time, and we love having you on prime time, pal.
I appreciate that.
Personally, it's my favorite day of the week when you
appreciate
sub
that.
in.
Always great to have you on prime time. Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. Just carving goaltenders.
Yep.
And moving the goalposts a little bit on the Leafs compared to other teams in the league, but that's okay. That's all right. 8-5-1. More offense than any team in the league.
They're cooking. Let them cook.
Austin Matthews. I'll tell you what, Willie, we didn't mention it. That goal he scored last night was cheeky. Like to delay that and put that over the shoulder from that spot.
Well, the leverage, using his body to contort himself to get it upstairs.
Yeah.
He knew he had to kind of get down and wedge this. It was just a goal. Very few people in the world can do that.
Cheeky, man. 99% of players just smack that puck and pray it goes in.
10-4 on that.
Yeah. He's on fire. Bill Nylander. All right, boys. Good seeing you, Jonas.
Later, boys.
There's Jonas Siegel of The Athletic. Thanks to everyone behind the scenes for helping out. We appreciate it. Everyone for tuning in today. TV, radio, podcast, web, and, of course, up on YouTube Live on TSN's YouTube channel. We're out of here. Enjoy your evenings. Enjoy the games tonight. We're back tomorrow at...
Al's brother, good luck hunting down that Sidney Crosby card.
Yes.
4 p.m.
We'll chat then.